Today we're talking tips for teens. And who is this gorgeous model that you have with you today?
This is my great friend Madison. I keep bringing her back because I just love her so much. She has great fresh, I know, isn't her hair great?
Ridiculous.
Every time we do a photo shoot with her, all my friends who do hair are like, oh no, here she comes again. This is going to take forever. But then they love it because it's gorgeous. So I just wanted to talk a little bit on some tips for teen skincare. Okay. We'll touch a little bit on this, and we'll do a little makeup in the second part.
Sounds good.
You know, this is an easy but sometimes hard thing for teens to do, because it's even hard for us to get into. You know, we have a hard time getting into a routine just as they do. So, you know, if we can just make it as simple as possible for them to just get into a nice routine. You know, I've talked about BB creams for, you know, skincare for adults. They're great for teens. I have my sisters using them now just because it's a one-stop shop. You know, they do have a little bit of an anti-aging in them, but it's really just because there's a moisturizer and a sunscreen in them. Which teens should be using a sunscreen. I use sunscreen for my young daughter. Yeah. We should definitely be using sunscreen for the older ones. You know, I'm going to just show a little bit of what this looks like, because this is one color. Okay. So everybody can use just this one color, and what it's going to do is it actually, and we can see how it's this kind of orangey color, but it oxidizes and turns to her perfect color. So that way she doesn't have to worry about using anything else but this one thing. She can put this all over, it's going to even out her skin tone, and then she doesn't have to worry about a foundation either. And she has such nice skin, she doesn't have any blemishes or anything that she has to worry about covering. So this is going to give her that evenness, but it's going to take care of a lot of different skincare. Plus, it's going to do a little bit of that evenness for foundation. And
she's a lucky girl because she's not dealing with any skin issues, which is big for teenagers. Are there any type of ingredients in like skincare and lotions or cleansers that you would recommend that teens avoid?
You know, not avoid, but I think to look for. Teens should probably still start looking for things with salicylic acid. That is a very mild ingredient that's going to have an effect on blemishes. And that's going to be okay for them to use and to help keep any oily, because they have a little bit more overactive oil glands than us in our adult age. Yeah, absolutely. So that's one to look for. But, you know, I always say things with more natural ingredients are always going to be nicer on the skin.
Like maybe fragrance-free?
Fragrance-free are going to be wonderful. Paraben-free are also something to definitely look for. That's going to keep the oil glands at bay. I just gave you a nice mask, and that's just a detoxifying mask. And, you know, getting my Vanna again, getting a teen into a routine of using mask just helps them and sets them up to getting into those routines as an adult. That's a very mild mask that's just going to keep her.
How often?
Once a week.
Once a week, okay.
Yeah, and those are just starting routines, so that way they get into them as they get into an older.
Great.
As they get older.
Sounds good. Well, I'm looking forward to having some makeup tips. Of course, that's such an important thing when you're a teen, learning how to do your makeup and things. So we'll talk about that coming up next hour. And who are your two beautiful models in this segment?
I added. I have Michaela and Madison now.
Great.
And you know, the one thing that we were actually discussing what I thought, you know, they thought was a problem with makeup for teens, and you know, they said that they see a lot of things that they even notice aren't great. They see a lot of too dark black eyeliner. So, you know, just teaching them, the girls, how to do it is, you know, the best remedy to making things look great.
So when it comes to teen makeup, is minimal best?
Minimal is always best. I think minimal is best for all of us.
Very good point.
So, you know, teaching them and bringing them in and spending a little bit of maybe extra money in the initial is always going to be the best for everything, because they're going to be able to then duplicate it and get into a great routine.
Absolutely.
Just like we were talking with skincare.
Very
important. So, you know, we talked about we said, you know, they're still seeing girls put maybe concealer on their lips as their lipstick because they want to duplicate a nude lip. So just teaching how to do a nude lip without doing that. And then we were talking about black eyeliner and just teaching how to do a beautiful black eyeliner. Black eyeliner is wonderful. I love black eyeliner, but not too much of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And also showing how to do, we did a black eyeliner on Michaela, but we also did some great nude eyeshadows with it.
Now these are two different looks?
We did her everyday go to school look over here on Michaela, and then we did a fun party look. And that's a great thing about being a teenager is they can still pull off those really fun colors.
Oh, absolutely.
And look, you know, not look like they're goofy. You know, sometimes some, you know, funky blue eyeliner.
Yeah.
Not always the best on a 35-year-old.
Yeah. So. What about like lip liner? I know lip liner is a big thing, like a lot of us use in our age. But for teens, do you recommend lip liner?
You know, lip liner is great, especially if they want to make a color stay all day. Absolutely. And just like as we would choose, picking something that's going to stay and be the closest color to what they're using, and it's just going to help their color stay all day. With them, I just did a nice gloss, and they don't want much on their lips. They just want something easy, quick and go, something they can throw in their backpack or purse. So that's just what I chose for them. For Michaela, I did one that is a squeeze tube, so she can just kind of throw on, and it tasted good as well. So
not bad there.
You gotta love that. Yeah. And you know, for Madison, I did something that did have a little pop of color, just because I wanted it to kind of go with the look we were doing.
Yeah.
And hers is more of a fun look to go, you know, for a dance or for a fun night out.
Absolutely. I think probably the biggest tip for makeup for teens is just to be youthful with it. Just remember, enjoy your youth while you have it.
It is. You know, and there are, you know, with Michaela, we did a little bit, she's a little bit older, so we were able to do a little bit more foundation and things like that for her. We did a little bit more pop of color on her cheeks and things like that. But
well, Natalie, where can people get some of these tips?
bridalmakeupbynatalie.com, and then also on my Facebook page at Makeup Monday with Natalie.
All right, Natalie, thanks so much. Thanks, ladies, for coming in. Appreciate it.